Assa dudes, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be working on Pamela, my 1994 F-150 daily driver. You guys have seen this truck in a couple different videos, but today we're going to be mounting a rooftop tent on the back of this thing. I've had it for quite a while now, I just haven't got around to actually mounting it. This is a Tepui rooftop tent. We're going to be mounting it right here in the back of the truck at the very back off of some bushings. That way when I'm in the desert I can go ahead and pull this thing out when I want to go actually off-road and there's not a bunch of weight back here. What do you think?
So dudes, it's gonna be a pretty cool project. It's gonna be all modular, meaning that it can be unbolted like Christian was saying. We've been looking at stuff and kind of figuring out how we're gonna mount it, and Christian had the idea of using just tabs off here that the bushings mount to, and then we'll do kind of straight tubing up. There's kind of a track on the bottom that we'll show you in a minute that's a tab's gonna get bolted to. And then for the front, we'll probably go off of a bed bolt and create some kind of structure.
Yeah, we're probably gonna go off the bed bolt here and a bed bolt here. And the plan is I want the bottom of the rooftop tent to sit at the bed level. That way I can get a cooler underneath it. The spare tire will still sit right there underneath it, and everything will be easy to get to, so.
Definitely be fun. Christian and I have spent many nights just sleeping in the truck.
Yeah,
so actually,
in the passenger and driver seat, which
yeah,
they recline, but it's definitely not the greatest thing in the world.
It's not a good sleeping position. So having a good tent will be a lot nicer, and you're not on the ground with all the animals and creatures out in the desert out there. So being up above everything will definitely be nice.
The first thing we need to do for this rooftop tent to start getting the progress going is getting these tracks mounted on the tent itself. There's a couple different ways you can do it depending on how you want the tent to actually come off the truck. So on this thing, instead of coming over to the side like a lot of people do, I'm actually going to have it go back over the tailgate. That way it's just, I think it'll look a lot better and it fits in the truck a whole lot better. And these bed sides are pretty big and they are fiberglass, so I don't want to be messing these up, just having it come over the bedside and possibly hitting them. So coming back over the tailgate is definitely a way better option.
Yeah, dog. So here's the actual track right here. If you look on the back side, you can see the holes that they get bolted to. They're not threaded, so we're gonna have to run a bolt and nut, but they'll get put something like this. I don't know, are they this way or are they this way?
Just like that, yeah.
And then there's these actual tracks that go inside of here, and this will all be able to slide through here, and this is what our tab's actually going to come off of. That's going to go to the bed. So it's just a simple kind of thing. It makes it a lot easier having a track because you can put it where you want it. So first thing we're gonna have to do is get this bolted up there and then start figuring out how we're gonna get it in the truck.
I went ahead and got these tracks cleaned up with a file and got those mounted on the tent. And then my brother and I got the tent actually in the bed of the truck, sitting on 4 jack stands, sitting level, and we got it squared up in the truck bed. So now we can go ahead and start laying out where we want the tabs to come off this tube here, and then get our bushing assemblies on there and start mounting the tent itself. We went to IMS this morning, and what'd we get, dude?
Got a few different things to be able to mount this tent. Got a few tabs, you know, just a standard 381 210, pretty common around here. But no, this is going to be for actually mounting off the tube, the bed support tube. And this is notched right now, or radiused for an 1.5" tube. And what is that, 2" on the truck?
It's it might be 2" but I think it's 1 3/4 possibly. Something like that, we'll figure it out.
It's bigger than what this is for, so we're just going to have to use a grinder and make that a little bit wider radius so that fits on there nicely. And these ones are going to be for the front of the tent. Those ones are for the rear. Here's the bushings we're going to be using. Got these at CarTech. Here's the part number right here if you want to use something similar.
Ooh, all blurry.
All blurry.
blurry. There we go.
But yeah, these are from CarTech. Make sure if you're going to be buying stuff from CarTech, we do have a coupon code, which is wingsworld. We mentioned that in the last video, but definitely go check that out. It'll get you a little bit off your order. And mention our buddy Tyler Davenport. He's got a lot of knowledge and helps us out. And if you put his name in there as him helping you, he'll actually send you a few stickers. So that's pretty cool of him to do.
Little sticker pack.
Yeah, thank you, Tyler. But also IMS, we got some tube. This is just 1" 120 wall, pretty common stuff. And then here's the plate that we're going to be making the tabs for, that actually mount to the track. And this is just some 1/4" we got going here. So now it's just time. We're probably going to start with getting the tabs and bushings on there, and then the straight tube up in the back, and we'll just start going from there.
So we've gotten the tabs marked in place. We got those tacked, and then we got our bed bolt tabs and bushing assemblies up in there as well. Those are just sitting up in there exactly where they need to be. We came back here and got the 2 tubes that actually tie in the bushing assemblies to the rooftop tent. We got those tacked in place, and then you can see right here off the tracks we just did some 1/4" plate cut to 1 3/4" wide, and then it has 2 holes or 2 bolts mounting each piece of plate to the rooftop tent. And then now all we need to do is get the front mounted with the tubes, and this thing is sitting completely on its own, and then we can go ahead and finally weld everything up. All 4 tubes are notched and tacked into place now. It's held in there pretty good, so what we're gonna do now is go ahead and pull the bolts out of all 4 bushing assemblies, and then see if this thing actually comes out as one piece. And then if it does and everything's good, I'm gonna go ahead and flip the rooftop tent over and burn in all the tubes to the plates and to the bushing assemblies, just connected to the rooftop tent, just out of the truck. But this is looking pretty dang cool right now. Everything's sitting up in there. I like the way that it looks and just where it's sitting in the truck, so I'm pumped on the way that this is turning out. What do you think?
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen, dude. Can't wait to sleep in the tent.
It's gonna be so much better. Bam! Now all the mounts are off of here. Took a couple minutes and got all this stuff burned together. And then these are the ones that go up through the bed bolts on the front side. So now that this is all ready to go, we can go ahead, get these put back onto the rooftop tent, and then get everything put back onto the truck. Also came in here, burned this stuff in as well. Got these tabs all together, so now we can 100% get this thing on the truck. Make sure our ladder works. I've never even seen this thing opened up yet, so we're gonna test that theory out too.
Getting everything slid into place. Super easy to work with these tracks. Just gotta line them up. Got that? There we go. We're not gonna be running these nuts. We're gonna have actual nylocks on there. Oh my. But we're not gonna be running these. Final, we'll run legit nylocks. This is just for kind of mock-up. We'll pull all this back apart at one point and paint it all, and then get all the correct hardware. But for now, we're just gonna put it together to see how everything works and make sure everything's working correctly. On this track system, there is a little bit of play, as you can see, so we're just gonna leave one pretty snug and one loose to be adjusted, so we can get everything lined up with the tabs in the truck. But like I said, I'm gonna set you guys up right now and we'll throw this thing in there. Dude. Yo, Jerry, what you think, dog? I know, it's good.
Let's go pre-landing, dog.
Yo, what up, pre-land Dan?
Pre-land Dan?
Yup. We have no idea what to expect right now.
Zero idea.
So how does this work? The thing?
I don't know.
I mean, it obviously looks like it's gonna fly back, but
I've never even really opened this thing, so I don't know.
Okay. Oh my. Okay, it doesn't want to go flat.
It's alright.
Well, why is that?
So I'm holding it on.
Oh no, under here, fool. Is it these?
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Dang. That's pretty cool. She's a looker. How do you get in?
Over here, fool.
Is it through the back?
Yeah. Right there. See? That's the cover, but I don't know where the legs are. I gotta find the legs.
spent some time and figured out how this thing actually works. There's no legs. The ladder actually acts like the legs. So we got that all bolted in with some hardware and got this thing all measured up right. So we can cruise in.
What's up, dude?
What's up, dog? Pretty comfy in here. Still got to figure out the window situation. Yo, unzip
Yeah,
that.
I don't know how this works yet, but there's definitely some cool stuff. Oh,
See the outside one? There's like a... This comes open, but we don't know how you hold this open. Yo, dude.
yo.
So I figured we'd come down here to Fiesta Island and test this thing out. I figured out how to get the awnings and everything to come out of the tent, and it looks insane. I wanted to do just kind of like a dry run before we got it out in the desert, and actually we're kind of stuck in a situation where we didn't know what we were doing. So this thing pops out super easy. Got these little clips in here. I didn't look at the instructions or anything. We just kind of winged it and figured it out. But these come in here and are just held in with tension down to the bottom of the tent. So super cool. I did mount this tent quite a bit lower than normal, so this one comes pretty close to the bedside, but it clears by just a little bit, which is perfect. There's plenty of room inside of the tent for at least 2 people in here. Got our windows opened up so we can see the water. This thing is rad. I do still need to go in and paint the mounts for the tent itself, but I'll do that off camera. I still got to pull everything apart and do that. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys liked it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.